that I would never make that same mistake again. Oh, look at that over my deeds. I can see signs that a wise man needs. And if I just had the chance, I would never make that same mistake again. So what's mine? God was overflowing, yes it was. But I didn't give, no, I didn't give nothing in return. Oh, I know I can't begin to tell you. Oh, yeah, what a lesson I have learned. Oh, I'm just looking back over the way. I can see where the love has turned to hate. But I know, yeah, yes, I know, I will never make that same mistake again. So what's mine? God was overflowing, yes it was. But I didn't give nothing in return. And now I can't begin to tell you what a lesson, Lord, I haven't learned. Oh, I'm just looking back over my life, and I can see where I caused so much strife. But I know, oh yes, I know that I would never, that I would never, never make the same mistake again.
Property. The city of Burlington denied in its reply to the lawsuit that city officials, police, or firefighters were discriminating against Andrews or its property. And it rejected Andrews' assertion that boarding houses should be considered similar to other multifamily dwellings, group homes, hotels, and motels. Andrews assert in its lawsuit that the boarding houses, which rent individual rooms, are needed to address homelessness and create a place for low-income Burlington citizens. However, defendants' enactment and enforcement of the regulations on the boarding houses have unlawfully deprived Andrews of their interest in the properties and destroyed opportunities to provide low-cost housing, according to the lawsuit. The suit describes a series of changes to zoning and development rules since 2004, so that now boarding houses are only allowed in office, institutional zoning, and neighborhood business zoning, and only upon approval by a special use permit. In the summer of 2021, a real estate investor agreed to purchase 48 properties owned by Andrews Properties, and a total of 38 of them in Burlington included some boarding houses, the lawsuit says, but city officials told the investor that there had been many housing violations at the Burlington locations, and subsequently the investor backed out of the sale, according to the lawsuit, alleging that the assertion is a violation and is false. In February 2024, another investor made an offer on 4 boarding houses, but the Burlington City officials told the agent for the investors that all but one of the properties were not grandfathered in and could be allowed to operate as a boarding house. So the investors backed out again. The lawsuit says, alleging the city officials are trying to cause them difficulties, I guess. The lawsuit also alleges that Burlington code enforcement officers had targeted the Andrews boarding houses, citing them for minor violations of ordinances that other properties were not cited for. So it appears that this company that has filed a lawsuit against Burlington thinks they're being treated differently because they are a low-income boarding house. And that when you start listening to all the things in the lawsuit, now you don't know who's telling the truth and who's not. Before it's all said and done. We'll see. The lawsuit seeks injunctions against Burlington as well as unspecified financial damages. A judge has ordered the two sides to attempt mediation. 3 members of the Andrews family, which operate the multiple businesses, including home repair and real estate management, June related allegations by the Department of Insurance that they had submitted false claims for reimbursement. So there's all sorts of things going on in this. I hadn't heard about that. This was on the front page of Saturday's edition of the Times News. Also, along with that, the Alamance Chamber has announced that it has 12 local businesses that are going to receive its small business grants for 2025, funding by the Alamance County Economic Development Foundation. The program is dedicated to helping support the growth of small businesses in the county. Its mission is promoting economic stability, diversity, and long-term growth throughout Alamance County. So there you go. All right, 222-9224. 222-9224. Glad to have you along. All you football fans, don't miss out on one of the most talked about football shows around. It is the UniFirst Monday Night Huddle with Vance Ballard and Todd Davis. It's every Monday, 7 until 8 p.m. Vance and Todd are breaking down the scores, sharing the stats, giving you the inside scoop on all things football. And the best part, it's a live call-in show, so your voice can be part of the action. You can tune in for the UniFirst Monday Night Huddle with Vance Ballard and Todd Davis.
Morning. The past 2 weeks will be remembered as the starting dates of the Third American Revolution. The First American Revolution, of course, is the one that is remembered as the 4th of July and the Rockets' Red Glare in 1776. The Second American Revolution was the war between the states that began in 1860. But then, in the past 2 weeks, there was the assassination of a conservative political mobilizer, Charlie Kirk, and the huge outpouring of support by his followers at the grassroots level. And then there was the inevitable backlash. Hello?
Yeah, we're right here. Go right ahead. We're right here. Go ahead.
Anyhow, then came ABC, with his late night show, found out very quickly that the First Amendment does not guarantee the right to a highly paid free speech as a stand-up comedian. And that he got canned by the network because, as it was put on Fox News in the past 2 days, with the third of ABC's affiliate stations now up for sale, they realized that at ABC Corporate that most of the viewers in most of those markets are frankly put off by the kind of tone that Jimmy Kimmel had and took towards people like that. So Jimmy Kimmel will soon be looking for work at your nearest McDonald's, and we, in the past 2 weeks, have shown that we make the rules. We make the rules because we are the overwhelming majority of people in America outside of California. Jimmy Kimmel learned that the hard way, and he will be a market where many proven actual journalists, not just talking heads, get in front of a TV camera, are out of work or barely employed, and he will, like his former employers, have to deal with reality for the first time. They no longer can pretend that they make the rules because we make the rules. It's that simple.
All right, 222-9224. Now, Jimmy Kimmel, don't be fooled by this. Jimmy Kimmel had every right to say what he said, but it's like anybody who is a member of covered under the Constitution. You have the right to say things that are wrong. You have the right to say things that are disgusting. You have the right to say things that are wonderful. But you also have to pay the consequences, and Jimmy Kimmel works for a company that does not have to keep him if they don't like what he says. He has every right to say it. But ABC has every right to suspend him. Now, they didn't fire him. They suspended him. There's a lot of speculation about what that means. But he's not fired. He's suspended. They could put him back to work tomorrow. So, but one of the, as I said, somebody was talking about this the other day, and as I said, I think there'll be much more to this than just what's going on. And we've heard that. So ever since we made that comment, we've heard that it was the owned and operated. See, ABC does not own and operate all the stations that the network is on. They own and operate some of them. ABC, NBC, and CBS, they own, and Fox, they own and operate some stations, and have to follow FCC rules and regulations on the stations that they own, but not the network. The network, is at the mercy. If you want us to put our network on your TV station, you're at the mercy of them to follow whatever the rules and regulations are. And common sense would tell you that if every time you have your person open their mouth, they're going to make 50% of the people mad, that's probably not a good idea. But all that's going on here is that Kimmel had very low ratings, actually lower than the ratings from the other fellow. That was not, his contract was not renewed.
That means that the world loves lies, just like he said.
Right now.
He said if 50% of the world get mad because you said something, and that something is the truth, that means that 50% of the world likes lies because they can't take the truth.
And you're not making any money that you might get by. And I think that's what happened to Kimmel. I think they were probably looking for an excuse. And this one came up, and they suspended him. They didn't fire him. They suspended him. He's been suspended indefinitely, but and there are people that are speculating that means he won't be back. But I wouldn't speculate on that. He's liable to come back. So we'll see. All right, 222-9224. 222-9224. Let me tell you about Postal Connections. Postal Connections is the place to go if you've got some packing and shipping to do. They're located at 1183 University Drive, right there at the corner of University Drive and Highway 70 Church Street, down the sidewalk from Lowe's Foods and the shops at Waterford.
I watched the astounding memorial service that was conducted for Charlie Kirk. And I want to tell you that the most important message that I heard delivered came from Erica Kirk when she stated that she had forgiven the one who assassinated her husband. Her spirit of forgiveness comes from words that are spoken by Jesus, and she quoted him, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." I want to tell you something. If you want to know a Christian, take a look at her. I want to thank the gentleman who called in on Friday. He was speaking of Charlie Kirk and had a reference to gays. He said, I'm confused about this. I guess they're just born that way. And I hope you're listening, sir, because as I proceed through my conversation this morning, I promise you I'm going to clear up any thinking that's related to your concern about that. But for the moment, let's just suppose that Charlie Kirk is still alive. He's still with us. And he's speaking from a platform in downtown Burlington. His message is about moral decay that's taking place in our country. And he gives vivid examples based on the Word of God. He refers to the LGBTQ agenda, and he speaks of the sins of homosexuals. He reminds the audience that no one is born into this world as a homosexual as though it's in their genes. Charlie Kirk states that it's a lifestyle, it's a choice.
Because Charlie Kirk said it. Because Chuck Hart. Let me see what you're going to say, you sorry ass lying bitch.
Charlie Kirk says, does anyone believe that a loving God would intentionally create a homosexual who would eventually end up in hell? Well, all of a sudden, someone in the audience begins to scream, stop, that's enough. It's a well-known political activist in Burlington. And he tells Charlie Kirk, you claim to be a Christian, but you're spewing out hate toward the gays. You are judging them. And my Bible says we're to love one another and do not judge lest you be judged. Charlie Kirk says, but sir, have you not read in your Bible that we're to love the sinner but hate the sin? And all of a sudden there's no response from the political activist. What Charlie Kirk has said thus far from that platform is not judgment. It's a declaration of sin. Now, there is someone who happens to be sitting on the platform with Charlie Kirk, and his name is Jesus Christ, and Jesus comes to the podium. This is what he says. No one is to add to or take away from my word. Or do you know that wrongdoers will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Neither the sexually immoral, nor the idolaters or adulterers, nor men who have sex with men. But of course, such a gospel truth is not accepted by those in a political party that has been invaded by the evil forces of hell. It doesn't conform to their evil platform. But Jesus expects us Christians to follow his example in addressing such sins. Continuing on, Charlie Kirk, who is speaking in downtown Burlington, now returns to the podium. He begins addressing the sin of abortion. He's reminding us that it's a sin to take the life of a child by any means. So he speaks of those in abortion slaughterhouses who are chopping up babies and giving parts to Planned Parenthood. He refers to a presidential candidate who traveled through the country promoting that sin, as well as other sexual sins. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, the political activist in the audience stands up again and he screams, hold on. Charlie Kirk, you're not a Christian because you're pronouncing judgment on others. And that mother you're talking about, she has the full right to do what she wants to with her baby. That's her baby. Charlie Kirk responds in this manner. Charlie says, but sir, does the baby have any rights? Does the baby have any rights? And there's no response from the political activists. So when Jesus comes to the platform, and he's still on the platform with Charlie Kirk, he comes to the podium, and this is all he says. If you do this to these little ones, you just as well have an albatross tied around your neck and be dropped in the water. And this political activist in the audience, he immediately screams another insult to Charlie. Charlie Kirk, you're guilty of judging others. And then he issues a judgment against Charlie saying, you are a racist. And the one who has screamed this accusation cannot be seen. He just left the crowd because he has no defense.
Oh, yes, he does. Oh, that goddamn sorry-ass motherfucker. You is a sorry-ass motherfucker. That's false gospel. Your joint European slave union ship, Jesus can... You ride that motherfucker back to Europe, you sorry piece of shit with your goddamn Charlie Kirk false gospel. Y'all ain't nothing but goddamn dogs.
Same truth delivered by Charlie Kirk, and that will now be delivered by his precious wife and all who work with her in Turning Point USA. And may we forgive those who trespass against us. Have a wonderful day, Mr. Harry. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. 222-9224. Let me tell you about the Original Mattress Factory.
Y'all hear that piece of trash shit gonna tell us what the gospel is? He better take his goddamn piece of shit somewhere to somebody who don't know the truth. That sorry ass piece of shit better go somewhere with that shit. He telling a damn lie. That is part of a gospel that they made up. Homosexuality has never been a sin, you goddamn liar. That's the Jesus Christ that y'all made up. That's y'all's Jesus. You follow that Jesus. We follow Yeshua, okay? The real one.
From headboards to WBAG, Burlington Graham. This is...
And when I come in your stores, I see how you look at me. I hope you get an eyeful of looking. Okay? Because I ain't going to put up with your goddamn shit. I have had enough of y'all when I worked with you, and I ain't taking no more of you. You hear that? I ain't taking no more of you. So do what you gonna do, motherfuckers. This is a war crime!
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after
Come on, church. Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in. Payday is coming.
Coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday's coming after a while.
Treat your neighbor right. Payday is coming.
After a while.
Treat your neighbor right. Payday is coming after a while. Treat your neighbors right.
Payday is coming after a while.
Treat your neighbor right.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after
Come on, clap your hands. This is a sanctified church. We sanctified. Amen. We Pentecostal. We're hand clappers. We're foot stompers. We're tongue talkers. Now you act like it. Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Love your enemies. Payday is coming.
Coming after a while.
Love your enemies.
Payday is coming after a while.
Love your enemies. Payday is coming.
Coming after a while.
You gotta love your enemies.
Payday is coming after a while.
Love your enemies. Payday is
Coming after a while.
love your enemies.
Payday is coming after a while.
Love your enemies. Payday. Hey, hey, hey.
Coming after a while.
Love your enemies.
Payday is
Tell your neighbor.
after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in.
Payday is coming after a while.
Put your time in. Hey,
Payday is coming after a while.
put your time in.
Payday is coming after a
You got
while.
hands. Now use them and clap. Come on, church. I say use your hands. Yeah. Come on, y'all. We got rhythm. Use your rhythm. Everybody ain't got rhythm. Come on. Hey. Oh, yes. Come on, son. Hey, 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 hey. catch that one later. You don't know. Hey, hey, hey. You didn't get it. You didn't get it. You didn't get it. We got 41 days. Something about to happen. Something about to shift. Something gonna move for me. Uh-oh. Tell 3 people, any day now, any day now, any day, any day, any day now. I believe the prophet. I believe the prophet. And the prophet said, 52 days, 52 weeks, 52 months, 52 hours, 52 minutes, 52 seconds. By this time tomorrow, something supernatural is going to happen in my life. Tell 3 people, I'll see you in the next 41 days. Hey.
Now, if you want to be right, come on, put your hand together. Let's have some church in here. Come on, put your hand together. I just want to be right. 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 When you see me sing my song, I just want to be right. When you see me walking alone, I just want to be right. Girl, let's have me say, oh yeah, I just want to be right. Say right, right. Oh yeah, I just want to be right. Listen here, when you see me singing, I just want to be right. Yeah, when you see me testifying, I just want to be right. When you see me giving God the praise, I just want to be right. Yeah. When you see me worshiping the Lord, I just want to be right. I just want to be right. Anybody want to be right? I just want to be right. Wave your hand and say right. Yeah. I just want to be right. Say right. Now come on, let's praise him up in here. Oh, be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. I want to be right. Anybody here want to be right? Anybody here want to be right? If you want to be right, let me hear you clap your hands. Let me hear you clap your hands. Say clap it. Ain't no one. Yeah. Be right. Be right. Be right. I want to be right. Look at me. I'm a young man, 27 years old. I could have been a drug dealer. I could have been a drug addict. I could have been an alcoholic. I could have been a gang member. I could have been a robber. But look at me, giving God the praise. Just look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Oh, be right, be right. Anybody here wanna be right? If you wanna be right, come on. Oh, be right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. So right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. Holding it now, so I'm starting to feel good up in here. Oh, be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. I wanna be right. Anybody here feel like me? Not just a day. In the morning, in the noonday, in the evening, in the midnight hour, on the Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I wanna be right. Anybody here feel like me? I wanna be right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. So right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. Now how much they know the devil don't have no new tricks? He just got new faces. When the devil trying to get you to do something wrong, just look at that devil and say, oh!
Did you pull your booth from Granddaddy's over there?
Yes, I did.
And you went to Gibsonville. Where's Gibsonville Antiques exactly at? I hadn't been up there.
Okay, when you go into downtown Gibsonville, and you see the caboose that's right there on the main drag in there, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Right across the railroad track from there. So you got to go down the street, go across the railroad track, and come down the side. It's in that mill building that's back there. Been there for many years now.
Okay, I guess they got signs on the front of the building and everything.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah, and there's a general store up there too. I've been hearing about.
That's it. Yeah, that's inside Gibsonville Antique. It's a nice store. They got a lot of stuff that you don't find anywhere else. So it's a cool place. Yeah.
Arizona yesterday, and that president and his Charlie's wife and all, they really packed that place. I think the stadium holds like 4,000 individuals or something.
The stadium that they were in holds 65,000.
Okay, well,
they had about 90,000 in there.
Okay, it was full, and I understood that across the street over there they had another facility that was full also.
Yeah, that one I don't know how many. That one was full. They had to turn people. See, they turned people away from the main stadium there, and then they went to the other one where they were showing it, and then they had overflow from that too. They filled both of those places, and the police there said there's going to be a fight about this. Everybody's going to fuss and say, oh no, it wasn't that. The police say there were 200,000 people there. Now, people are going to start arguing about that, but they don't like Charlie Kirk and say, oh, they won't know 200,000 people there, but it was a bunch of people. It was just a bunch.
Well, it's just like, excuse me, it's just like Jim said this morning. If you do wrong, it's going to draw a crowd and get people's attention, and they'll turn out for stuff like that, which Donald Trump's always turned out a big crowd at his rallies, and, that's just what he's known for. And
yeah,
the way
because America is full of goddamn sorry-ass demons. America is demonic, and God is going to tear this goddamn country down. Because y'all some sorry-ass, lying-ass motherfuckers, and y'all ain't shit.
But I thought the turnout, that was, and he gave him the Medal of Freedom or something,
yeah.
Highest honor.
Yeah.
And that was another thing I thought was.
Yeah, he had already announced that he was going to do that. Now that he was going to do it there, I think may have been a surprise, but he had already announced that he was going to give him the Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor that a president can give you.
But I thought that was really appropriate. But anyway, let me get off. Let somebody else in here, and y'all have a good day.
Appreciate it. Thank you. 222-9224. I'm chairman. And she's taken over. She says that Charlie knew things were not right with America, and especially with young people, and that they needed a new direction. That's why he did Turning Point. Charlie passionately wanted to reach out and save every person that he could. Charlie wanted to help them. He wanted to have them know that they could have a home at Turning Point USA. My husband Charlie wanted to save young men and people with Turning Point. And that's what he did. See,
Y'all's false church don't do nothing but hurt people and kill people. Church could be wonderful if you would tell the damn truth. But y'all's church got too much damn lying in it. Stuff that ain't true. That y'all put in there. So y'all think y'all can own the world and think y'all can be better than the children of the Most High, who we are. But you will never be better than we are. I don't give a damn how many of us you kill. We come back. Y'all descend into be animals that you originally were. From the animal world, the animal kingdom.
I've never really cared much for Bill Maher, but I'm becoming more of a fan of Bill Maher. Now he is really a progressive guy, a liberal guy, but he's got some sense when he says, look, he said would it have killed someone to say something about Charlie Kirk at the Emmys? You know, and you go, okay, well, now, is that something that a progressive would say? No, not really. But he understands that by leaving that out, in the Emmy Awards, they talk about politics all the time in there, and if somebody had just made a comment, just a slight little comment, I think it would have gone a long way. I really do. I think it would have been a helpful thing, not a hurtful thing. And then Scott Adams, who is a cartoonist, he was on this panel discussion, and they were asking him, what do they think we knew? He said, well, I think what should the people that are against Charlie Kirk, people that don't like him, what should they do? And he said, Scott Adams said, this is beyond politics. When he's talking about the memorial, he said the Democrats should just take the day off. And I thought, wow, that's a great, you know, it's like in the Walt Disney movie Bambi when Thumper says, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. And there is a time, and I think you know, that's why the criticism has been such a big deal, and people have been very upset about it. People who don't like what the Republicans stand for and are progressives and want to move on, they have a sense that this is not the time to besmirch the character of Charlie Kirk. And I think that's a smart thing to do. And what's happening is every time someone steps forward and says something awful, like Jimmy Kimmel did, something awful, it's just, you know, you shouldn't say those things. And it's, do you have the right to? Absolutely. Free speech. You can say the hurtful things you want to say. You can say the mean and hateful things that you want to say. That's what we get to do with freedom of speech. But in Jimmy Kimmel's case, he works for a company, ABC. And the ABC owned and operated didn't cause the problem. It's the ABC affiliates that weren't owned and operated by ABC.
Yeah, because they're probably Trump supporters. And they lick Trump's ass. Everybody ain't gonna lick Trump ass. Some people know y'all are goddamn motherfucking demons. Some people have sense. Everybody ain't dumb as hell.
And I think that what Adams said, take the day off. That's probably the best thing to do. All right, 222-9224. I want to tell you about Village Square Auctions and Estate Sales. Amy and Lisa Flynn, they're there to help you with your consignments. Now, if you've got...
Good morning. Hey, how are you?
I am well. I hope you are.
Oh, pretty good. You know, the thing that bothers me is that the vote they took in the House, you know, and I mean, I don't know how, you know, when the two state officials in Minnesota were killed, you know, 100% of the Republicans voted to denounce violence and say that this was wrong. But yet, when Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, 53 Democrats voted against that, against saying it was wrong. And 30-some voted present, which is the same as voting no. Now, AOC stood up and called him an idiot, that he was uneducated. Charlie Kirk and AOC is like a kindergarten versus somebody with a PhD as far as knowledge. She's I mean, I don't know. I don't understand.
I know you don't.
This is really
you're some backwards thinking people. You can't understand shit. I know you don't understand. You don't understand shit.
This man got killed, assassinated, by doing what he thought that he was supposed to do. That he thought his calling was to
Well,
do.
see, I'm with you. The thing that speaks volume.
But see, he's telling a damn lie. In most of the world in itself, on the eastern side of the world, no, y'all are liars. Nobody wants y'all shit. Because you lie. Every damn thing come out of your mouth is a goddamn lie.
I thought it was 58. You said 52. Republicans, Democrats that refused to vote for this resolution, and then 37 that said they were present. They didn't want to vote on it one way or the other. That's a problem. You know, if you feel like that you can't condemn, that your party will not, and I think this is why they do it, because they're afraid they're not going to get votes, that your party won't vote for you, your constituents won't vote for you if you condemn violence. Come on. That's all this was about, was condemning violence. You know, political violence in both cases, and it's just awful. Yeah. I find that to be just unbelievable, that what you just described.
I mean, that to me is just that's just anti-American.
Well, and somebody's going to say this, and it's absolutely true.
When y'all killed Martin Luther King, it was anti-American. A whole bunch of things that y'all do is anti-American.
You didn't have to do that, but why wouldn't you? I just don't see it. It's just so hard when the opposite comes along, and the people that are against on the other side, they go ahead and vote for condemning the violence. The people on this side don't even vote to condemn violence. Come on, that speaks volumes.
Well, and then you see these mayors, like Chicago mayors, screaming that he didn't want anybody in there in Chicago, and to help with the violence. I mean, just screaming it. These people think more cops is we don't need more cops. We got everything under control. I mean, I don't understand. It's like, you start to wonder, why would you not want things to be better and safer for your community, for your folks that live
I even have an answer for that. What they're saying is that we want less violence, but the way you're trying to do it, we don't like. We don't like that. We want less violence, but we don't like that. Now, these people that won't even vote on the House floor against violence, my goodness, that's a different thing altogether. That's not the same as what's going on with the mayors. The mayors, they're in charge, so there's a power struggle. They don't want to give up their power, and they don't want the help that they're sending. They would love for there to be less crime, but they think they've got it under control, which, you can say all day long that they don't, but they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you that, crime is down. And we now know that one of the reasons that crime is down in some cases is they're underreporting it. What they're doing is they're trying to get people, when there's a felony, they want to downplay it to a misdemeanor. And that's happening in the statistics right now to make things look better because, and why? Because what they're doing, less cops, more, people talking to you instead of policing you. They want to get somebody in there, social workers. That's not working. And so they have to fake what the crimes are in order to keep the statistics down so it doesn't look quite as bad as it really is when social workers try to replace policemen. That's not the way to solve problems.
No, I mean, see, the thing is that they use the, obviously if you have less policing, you're going to have less arrests. So, I mean, I hate to say this, Harry, but I think these big cities, I think there's so much corruption within the cities. I think there's money funneled back to these politicians through the criminal element. I mean...
Well, I think, look, you might be right. I don't think so. I think that the problem is they just don't want to admit. See, if what they're doing isn't reducing crime, then they've been wrong for a long time. And politicians just have a hard time admitting that they're wrong. I think you need to be able to do that. If you're a good politician, when something isn't working, you need to try something else. But they just don't want to admit. I don't think they're getting any money. I just think they just don't want to admit it. It's political suicide in their minds to admit that you were wrong.
Yeah, but when you got your constituents out there hollering, we want Trump here, we want the National Guard here. You know, I mean, a bunch of people in Chicago, I mean, out there demonstrating in the streets saying, hey, we need help. This is out of hand. And he just ignored them.
Yeah.
It just...
I think it's awful. I just think it's absolutely awful. If you're not listening to your constituents. Now, what they're saying in these cities, especially Chicago, is that we hear what they're saying, but we're doing something about it. It's working. Well, in my opinion, it isn't. Now, they say that I'm wrong and they're right. It just isn't working. And they say that the crime has come down. It's still horrible. It hasn't come down from being awful to good, like happened in New York. You know, it got so much better in New York when they went through that thing that they did there. These people are going to have to admit that everything they've been telling their constituents didn't work, and they're going to have to do something else. That's what happened in Washington, D.C. Muriel Bowser, who is the mayor there, saw the writing and understood what was going on, and talked with the people there and said, "Look, we'll go along and see how this works," and it worked very well for them.
Well, Jasmine Crockett stood in front of the Congress and made a statement that just because you commit a crime doesn't mean you're a criminal. I mean, how do you vote for somebody like that?
Well, they don't vote for her because she says that. They don't. Then that's not why they're voting for her. They're voting for her because she's a Democrat. You know, the people just like Republicans vote for Republicans because they're Republicans. You know, and you hear her say that.
Never heard that out of a.
Well, you hear her say that, and it doesn't get back to her constituents, but a little bit. And the ones that hear that go, that doesn't make any sense. And they may change their vote, but the thing is that it's not. She does not pay the consequences for that sort of rhetoric. That's just not, you know, because.
And her and AOC have become the face of the Democratic Party.
Well, the Democratic Party will tell you that's not true, but hey, you know, the Republicans are saying that the two of them are the face of the Democrat Party because they've been making so many mistakes and saying so many crazy stuff that they'll be able to use against them in the next election. But you know, I don't really. Here's what I think. I don't think they're the face of the Democratic Party. I don't think they're the future of the Democrat Party. I think they're that Josh Shapiro is the future of the Democrat Party.
They even talk about him back.
And people like, of course they do, because he's trying to be the voice of reason. And the thing is that those are the people that are going to carry the banner for the Democrats. Josh Shapiro, not these other people that say these crazy, you know, mixed up things that they think their constituents like, and some of them do, and they've been elected. But hey, you know, as the face of the Democrat Party, no, I don't think. AOC has certainly got a lot of push.
I think what's going to happen is these people like AOC and Jasmine Crockett and people like that, they're going to run people like Josh Shapiro out of the Democratic Party.
I think that's what's happened. I mean, look at there have been a lot of Democrats that have been driven out of the party, you know. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be some. I don't think Josh Shapiro is going to be one of them because I think he is a true center left Democrat, and he's not going anywhere. I think he, if people will hear him, see, right now the loudest voices, although I don't think they're the head of the Democratic Party, the loudest voices are Jasmine Crockett and AOC and some other people like the guy that ran for, but the guy that ran for vice president, he's one of the voices. Tim Kaine. That is saying these things. Those people are more likely the voice of the Democrat Party. Now, people like Josh Shapiro, who really, he's very liberal, very progressive, but he understands, he's a realist, and he understands some of the things that are being pushed right now by the far left that seem to be mainstream really aren't. And they're going to have to figure out how to get them out of the mainstream. All right, appreciate it. Thank you. You have a good day. Take care. Thanks for the conversation. 222-9224. I want to tell you about Alamance Fence.
And I seen that poor lady get out there, and she was the epitome. She was the highest example of Christian faith I've ever seen. And you can see she had to force it out of herself when she finally said she forgave the boy that killed her husband. And I felt so bad about that, because in my heart, I'm not a good enough Christian to forgive him. I want vengeance. I want measure of justice. I want his life. And then Trump got out there, and I didn't feel so bad about myself after that, because Trump says, I don't forgive those who hate me. I hate them back, or something in that same vernacular. And I sort of identify with more than Trump. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Makes the whole world blind.
Yes, but I will tell you one thing, and I know you will not agree with me. Once we execute this Satan disciple, this murderer, he will not ever hurt another person. If we put him in rehabilitation and let him out after 10 or 20 years, there is no guarantee he will not reoffend. I remember some terrible things in my life. And every time that mercy has been showed to these insane people, and you got to be insane to do something like he did, they have reoffended again, and people have died again. And I'm tired of good people dying because of people won't stand up and do what needs to be done. And
well, why don't you get your goddamn ass on the joint European slave union ship called Jesus and take your ass back to Europe, you sorry piece of rag.
For the next 100 years, and I hope it gets bigger and bigger. But you have to make these people learn that they cannot commit these acts of violence. They cannot burn and rape and steal and murder because it's just what they want to do. They need to answer for the consequences. And the consequences in this boy's actions are death. And then some of these other people that think they can get away with anything and everything, they'll stop for a minute. And they'll say, he paid the full price of what he did. And we need that. I need that. I need to know that down the road, after all the legals, after all the evidence, after all of everything, they're not going to turn this killer loose, this disciple of Satan, this man who killed somebody that was the hope of the United States of America. And I hate people that kill hope. And if they need somebody for the firing squad, I'll pay my own way out there. I'll bring my own rifle. I'll bring my own one bullet. And I will send this man to the devil, and the devil will be there waiting for him with a pitchfork and the fires of hell. And then he may finally get the justice that he deserves.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, you're right. I don't agree with that. You know, Erica.
That's what you call a piece of sorry ass shit way back up in the woods.
Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's wife, who says, I forgive him. And I forgive him, and she gave the reason. I forgive him because it's what Christ did, and it's what Charlie would do. You know, in this, I hope that we're not, the vengeance, he was saying that that's what he wants is vengeance, and that he said that that's what Trump wants. He doesn't forgive people. Well, that's not the Christian thing to do. That doesn't mean that you can't call yourself a Christian. It means that, these things are the Christian things to do, and if you're not going to do them, then, it seems a little off to me. But what she did, she's been minutes now before 10 o'clock. I want to tell you about one of our new sponsors, Ferrara.
All I know is sane people know that something is much wrong with them kind of people. Something is wrong with them. And that's why the world is like it is. Them kind of people. These people here in Burlington are some sick-ass motherfuckers. Backwards thinking, dumbass, white, racist maggots.
Good morning. You're on Talk Line.
Listening to some of the last callers talking about Charlie Kirk's funeral, death, and all of it. Everyone is trying to put him as a saint, and he's the main Christian value, the way Christians should look, what I'm hearing. I mean, they're trying to put him like he's the poster boy for Christianity. And what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing in the ones that called in, and even Charlie Kirk, it's flipped upside down. Either I'm a saved man, and what I'm hearing that he is totally different from what Scripture says a follower of Christ should be. I'm hearing the callers calling in with vengeance, saying that want violence. And then I can't understand, he said they. Who is they? Who is the they that need to be punished? Who is the they? Because if I'm not mistaken, this guy that killed him was a Republican that looked at the values that Kirk did.
No, that isn't true. That's not true. That's what Jimmy Kimmel said, and that's what got him taken off the air. That has been proven not to be true. That he was a far left guy, not a right wing guy. His family, his parents were Republicans. He was not. He was a far left guy. No. Why are you saying no? That's a fact.
I'm saying because what is his family? What is his family? No. Let me go. Let me back up. Because today, I don't want to hear your conversation with me today. Only today. Because what I hear you saying from a Christian point, because it really hurts me to my heart
that it's almost to the point that you're slandering Christ. You're slandering. because
How have I
dealing with
slandered?
violence.
How have I slandered?
No, I don't.
No, I don't care whether you want to or not. You're accusing me of slandering Christ. What a horrible thing to say. I have not slandered Christ at all. I have said that I thought that his wife did a wonderful thing by saying, I forgive this man, because that's what Christ would do. That's the reference that I made to Christ. How does that slander Christ?
Let me say this. I said to you that I don't need your conversation.
See, look, I don't care. See, I honestly do not care whether you need my conversation or not. I don't care. I get to speak just like you get to speak. You and I have always had conversations, and you're saying you don't want to do it this one time. No, if you're going to say that I slandered Christ, you're not going to shut me up.
Let me back this up, because I don't know whether you're getting senile. Did I say you?
Oh man.
Did I say that?
Say what?
Did I say that?
Say what?
Did I say you slandered Christ?
Yes, you did.
Okay. If I said that, I'll end this conversation, because it seems to me when the devil is poked in the side, he gonna respond any kind of way.
Oh man, that is so horrible. I'm sorry you feel that way. You know, we've gone over our 5 minutes. You have a great day. Gee whiz. This is a person who is a caller to the show that many times I have not understand what he said. He said that I slandered Christ. That's what he said. He said he might have said it almost sounds like you slandered Christ. What would be better to say? What is that? You know, you say that to me and you don't want me to say anything about it? I'm sorry. That's not right. That's not fair. You've always been fair with me in the past. You don't want me to say that I didn't, and you said, oh, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. I am at a loss. You know, what the time is no matter how you feel, and I mean this sincerely, no matter how you feel about Charlie Kirk, I don't think that you're saying that he was, that the caller was just saying that people are saying that he's more than he was, that he's more Christian, that they're throwing him out to be the Christian of all Christians. I'm not doing that, and I don't think anybody else on the program is doing that. Nobody's done that. They said that he was a Christian conservative, and he was assassinated for being a Christian conservative. Now, if you don't believe that he lives up to the Christian conservative voice that people have given him and said that he had.
You know, the Christian conservative nationalist voice of white people. You have to keep that in mind. He's a white guy, and he only speaks for white people, and he goes by the white people's Bible, the one they wrote in the Catholic Church.
Disagreed with him.
The King James, yes, I can, because I know the real
freedom
truth.
Of speech.
I studied
He
it.
promoted
You study,
the
you find out the real
Christian
truth,
ethic.
you can speak it.
He was very much a person who spoke about what it was.
That's why
in
they
the
want to
Bible.
kill the
He didn't,
people.
That's
why they want to kill the people that
God
know the
knows
truth.
his heart.
You see,
I'm
they
not
can't
saying
kill the
that
truth.
he-
I don't give a
that
goddamn how many
Christian
people
on the
they
face of the
kill.
earth.
We coming
That's
back
not what this is about.
in
I don't
different
understand why
schemes.
people are making
And they won't know
this
who we
about
are.
whether Charlie Kirk
We're going to
was
kill
a
their
good Christian
goddamn
or a bad
ass in
Christian.
the end.
That's
We're
not
going
the
to murder
point.
their ass
Charlie
like you ain't
Kirk
never seen. It's going to be a
was a
slaughterhouse.
human being that didn't do
They won't know it's
anything
us.
to anybody, did not commit any violence whatsoever, and he was assassinated for what his beliefs were. Now, if you don't like his beliefs, that's fine, but he did not deserve to be assassinated. Why is it that there are some people out there that can't understand that now is not the time to attack Charlie Kirk? It just isn't. Normal, everyday compassionate human beings understand that when somebody is assassinated, is murdered on live television, that's not a good thing. And we all...
Y'all didn't have all that problem with the guy who put the guy... What was his name? George Floyd. With the knee on the neck. They sat around and celebrated that, you sorry ass bastards.
Assassinating people is, for what they say or believe, is not the right thing to do. It just isn't.
Well, y'all stop doing the thing, and y'all always want a gun. Y'all the ones holler, gun, gun, gun. You told us about the Bible, but you don't use the Bible. You use your goddamn sorry ass gun.
2229224. Let me tell you about...
We have no time for y'all. Y'all ain't nothing but the devil. And we gonna put y'all in y'all's place. You think you're killing us, but all you doing is killing your own self in the end.
I would have too, Charlie, but it appeared to me that he was saying that he wasn't going to tell me what he was going to say. And I didn't, I just moved on. I mean, it was not a hang-up, really.
No, wait a minute. He couldn't tell you what he wanted to say. He had to say it before you could know what he got to say.
But he said he didn't want to tell me what he said. Right?
No, that's not what he said.
Well, that's what I heard.
No, from what I gathered, he wanted to say what he had to say without being interrupted.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get that, so.
Well, that's what I got.
Okay, all right.
Because he said he wanted to have say it without your input. That's what he said.
And I said he couldn't because he had accused me of something that is not true. And you can't just do that. You can't just say, I wouldn't anymore tell you not to talk than you need to tell me not to talk. I mean, that's not the way this works. And that's what was happening. He accused me of something and then wouldn't let me defend myself.
But here's what you said at the beginning of the show. Call in and talk about what's on your mind. That's what you tell people.
Absolutely, but if what's on your mind is an attack, Charlie, if what's on your mind accuses me of something that isn't true, then I'm going to speak up, even if you don't want me to.
Wait a minute. He didn't think he was accusing you. You should have explained himself to see, and then if you that's what you got from what he said, and you could address it.
Oh, we're not getting anywhere with this. We're not getting anywhere with this conversation.
For me, you didn't give him a chance.
All right, well, I did. I feel like I gave him a chance 3 times in a row. I said, "What do you mean by that?" And then he said he didn't want to tell me what he meant by that. He said, and then Charlie had the audacity to say he didn't say it, which he did.
But no, I'm not. I agree with him. You didn't give him a chance to make himself clear. But anyway,
all right.
Moving on to something else.
All right.
And you're talking about free speech. The Constitution does not say anything about somebody being dead. That you should, if someone's dead, you should suspend your right to free speech. And that's what I'm hearing about Charlie Kirk. You can't, because he was assassinated, your free speech is suspended.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you shouldn't do that. I said right away that everybody has a right to say anything that they want to about that, good, bad, or indecent, but I'm saying you shouldn't.
Arguments, you put yourself into things.
Of course I do, Charlie. You accuse me that of all the time, and that's absolutely true.
Listen, I didn't say you said anything. I'm explaining that you don't use your free speech because of Charlie Kirk.
But I was the one that said that. Charlie, I was the one that said that.
About you.
Yes, you are. You said somebody that was on the program said that. It was me. I said that.
I heard what I know. Listen, you're afraid somebody's going to say something about you.
No, I'm not afraid. I'm not the least bit afraid.
No, listen, you're trying to control the speech. You don't want
I'm not trying to control anything.
Because they're going to say something about Charlie Kirk.
No, not at all.
Who's your free?
People have said
Yes,
stuff
you
about
are.
Charlie Kirk on this program over and over again. You have said stuff. I've let you say stuff. Everybody gets to say stuff. But when someone accuses me of saying something that I didn't say or didn't do, I'm going to speak up.
Why are you up now? Why can't I speak now?
You are speaking now.
Okay, and I am saying people do not lose, and I'm not talking about you. I am talking about me. I do not lose my freedom of speech because of Charlie Kirk died.
Of course not.
Charlie Kirk was dividing the people, and the guy who shot him is only one man. One man killed Charlie Kirk. The rest of the people who complain about what Charlie Kirk stood for or did not stand for, they didn't kill Charlie Kirk. To me, he was dividing the people. And the guy who was a homosexual guy, he didn't like what Charlie Kirk was saying about homosexuality. That's what he was mad about. And he shot him. That's the consequences. I didn't have nothing to do with that. And Charlie Kirk should not have been saying that he has freedom of speech. He had freedom of speech, but like you say, there was consequences. And I know you're not talking about that kind of consequences, but the man who killed him didn't like what he said, and there was consequences. But the rest of the people who comment about it, they have a right to do that. And
of course they do.
and the people who in Washington who did not vote for a resolution, they didn't go up there. They went to do the people's business up there. They didn't go to do political business, and that's what that's about.
I think that's just rude. I think that's just rude. They were being rude.
No matter how.
Wasn't political.
No matter whether it's rude or not.
Of course.
These people got a right to do that.
Absolutely, Charlie. Nobody's saying they don't. I'm just saying they shouldn't. They can do whatever they want to do, and they did. They don't have to listen to anything anybody said.
You've been saying that all morning. Why are you stopping me from talking?
I'm not.
I'm not. Yes, you are. I'm not calling your name. I am telling
I
you
am
to
not
the resolution.
stopping you from talking.
What's wrong with you today?
Oh, maybe I'm in too good of a mood. I don't know.
No,
I'm not. No, I'm not trying to stop you from talking, Charlie. You know that. I've never tried to stop you from talking. I understand what you're saying. You're right. You know, but the point is that I am also right. That I have the right. I have the right to say to those people that I think it was rude, and that's all I did. And you're saying no. They have the right to do what they want to do. Absolutely. We're both.
Yes, they have a right to be rude. You said.
Sure,
you said
absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
People have a right to be rude.
Absolutely, they do.
Right. Well, right. So just let it be. And I heard Barry talking about AOC and Jasmine Crockett. Those people were elected. They're elected officials. And they don't have to go along. They don't have to go along with the crowd. They represent their districts. They're not representing somebody else's district. This thing about Charlie Kirk has gotten out of hand. The people are up in the air, and they always talk about this Christianity stuff. Trump said he hated people. He didn't forgive anybody. He said he hated his people. So there's so much that Christian gathering went out the window with Trump. He ain't no Christian. He don't try to be. He said he hated folks. Never mind what Jesus said. Trump said he hated his opponents.
And did you not know that? I mean, I already knew that. I mean, he didn't have to say that at that thing. I knew that he hated people. Nobody's perfect, Charlie. Nobody's a perfect Christian. Nobody.
No.
They all fall short.
Matter of fact, I don't know any Christians, and I know of two people. This happened to be a father and son. That the father was a preacher at the church I went to when I was growing up, and his son was a deacon later on. Those are the two men that I thought were Christians. Other than that, I've not met any Christians. And I'm not judging, I am judging people. I'm judging from what I hear on this station. Let's take Jim, for instance. I judge Jim by what I hear him say. And from what I hear him say, in my mind, he's not a Christian. And people say, well, you judging him. Yes, I judge people.
All right.
And whatever the consequences, I have to pay it myself.
Okay.
But I have a right to judge people, too.
All right. Absolutely. All right. 222-9224.
Judge with righteous judgment. Judge with righteous judgment, not no crooked judgment. Don't judge with crooked, biased judgment.
You have the right to say, look, I'm a Christian, but I hate these people over here. Well, you're not supposed to hate people if you're a Christian. I know that, but I do hate them. I'm just not a perfect Christian. Well, nobody is a perfect Christian. Everybody falls short. That's what they say in the Bible. Everybody does. Everyone. And when you point it out as something bad about Christianity, well, but everybody falls short. That's not one of the bad things about Christianity.
The bad thing about Christianity is they claim to be Christians and they aren't. And over in the Western side of the world, y'all gave us a fake form of Christianity, put some of it in there and left some of it out. So y'all could be the chosen when you ain't the chosen. We are, and we know it. So you think you can just blow up people and kill them and think ain't be no consequences. Well,